you're going to get lots of free actionable content which you can use straight away to help build up your Instagram account and be successful, grow your business with Instagram. So I hope you've had a chance to grab yourself a nice cup of tea and a pen and paper, because you are going to want to take notes in this webinar. Also, I have some slides later on that you're going to want to screenshot, because there's some things I'm going to teach you that you might want to think about a bit more later and really dive deeper into them. So get ready for screenshotting too. There are over 1 billion people on Instagram every month, and 500 million of them are active every day. It's what people do, right? They wake up, they check Facebook, and they check Instagram. Instagram is becoming the new Facebook, so now is the time to really get your Instagram account looking good and growing in the right way, because you can bet that your clients and customers are out there on Instagram. Instagram actually has the highest engagement rates across all social media. Engagement is 10 times higher on Instagram than it is on Facebook, which is great news for those of us that use Instagram for business. In another study, 59% of influencers said that Instagram was the most effective social media platform for engagement for their businesses. And if you've got more people engaging with your content, it means that your business is growing and you are making more sales. 60% of users first heard about a product they bought on Instagram. Really cool. So it's a great opportunity for you to get your products and services out there to more people and really grow your business. This is why I love Instagram so much. Instagram is just really cool, because there is nowhere else quite like it out there. There really isn't. There's no other social media platform that allows you to give such a comprehensive, authentic snapshot of your business and you to somebody so instantly. This little corner of the internet, your Instagram account, is like a mini website, blog, shop, and a sales funnel all in one. It's a powerful marketing tool that allows people to see what you're all about instantly, in one tiny area, without endless scrolling or clicking that they'd have to do on other platforms. They can learn an incredible amount of information about you and your business. In this tiny area of the internet, your Instagram account, you have so many different ways to get your message across. You have your whole feed, which is like nothing else out there on the internet, because it's a bit like being able to give a whole brand presentation in an instant. With the right images and the right quotes, you can let the right people know instantly that they need to pay attention and that you have something of interest for them. In Facebook or anywhere else, they would have to scroll and scroll to see all of this. And in your captions, you can express your heart and you can write what you really believe, and you can make true, authentic, real connections on Instagram with your tribe. At the same time, they are exposed also to your bio. This is telling the world exactly what you do, so that people can make a quick decision to become part of your world. Your stories and your story highlights here are like having a mini website right at the top of your account with more in-depth information all about what you do, all about your products and your services, and even customer testimonials, anything that you need that somebody can have a look at straight away to find out more about you. There's also IGTV, which gives you a chance to show even more of you and your business to the world. Amazing, isn't it? All this is available to them in an instant, and it's so easy for them. That is why Instagram is so powerful for your business. What's working on Instagram has changed recently. It used to be that you could just consistently show up and post some stuff and you would build up your account. But because of all the competition out there on Instagram, what's working now is, and you might have noticed this, it's all about knowing how to truly and authentically connect with the right people, with your true tribe out there. That is what is going to work and actually mean that you will get sales from your Instagram account. Now, it's easy for me to say that, isn't it? Oh, go on, just go out there, truly authentically connect with your true tribe. But how are you going to actually do this? That is what these 3 essential tips I've got for you today are all about. They're all totally practical things you can start using straight away to increase the authentic connections on your Instagram account. For those of you that want to go further with me, I will have an offer for you at the end, but I promise you are going to learn tons and tons of actionable stuff you can use straight away to get your Instagram account growing in the right way. Okay, let's dive into essential tip number 1. It's brand solescence. First of all, what is it? Well, we've all heard the word brand, right? Wikipedia says that a brand is an overall experience of a customer that distinguishes an organization or a product from its rivals in the eyes of the customer. Now, notice these important words here. It's not about what you think about your business, it's what your customers think and feel about your business, and it's the experience that they have when they see your online presence. Brand solescence takes branding one step further. This is where your online presence is clearly communicating to everybody that sees it exactly what you're all about and exactly what is it that makes you different to every other business out there. It shows your heart and it lets people know what you believe. It's a combination of your fonts and your colours, it's the images that you use, it's your captions, the words you use, but more than that, it's what you stand for, what you believe. This creates an overall feeling and an energy or a tone behind your business. And it's the experience then of somebody else when they come into your Instagram world and they see all these elements, when they see and feel your individuality and your uniqueness. You're branding your soul's essence, and it's the most powerful thing you can do on Instagram because it is magnetic to the right people. It's the pure truth of who you are. It makes people fall in love with you and open up their wallets to buy what you have to sell them. With brand soul essence, your customers can feel so deeply what your business is about. They are much more likely to buy from you because they can understand your vision, your message, and what they see impacts them deeply because they are part of your true tribe and they resonate with what they see and they feel instantly like they belong with you there in your world. Now, if you're the creator of your business, that means you know it really, really well, and you probably have a big vision for your company. I know you're amazing, and you know you're amazing, but you have to remember that someone who comes to your Instagram account has never seen you before, and most likely they know absolutely nothing about you. They don't know what's in your head, and they can't see how amazing your big vision is. They can only go on what they see there in front of them. You need to create a brand experience for them when they come to your account. That is how Instagram works, okay? Because it is so visual. Research says that you've only got 3 seconds to grab someone's attention, and if your images and your brand can't capture someone's attention in 3 seconds, they will just move on to the next account. Instagram is the most visual social media platform out there. Right, let's do a little experiment. I'm going to show you some Instagram accounts that have brand soul essence and some that don't. And as I show them to you, notice your reaction to them and see how quickly that you can understand what businesses with brand soul essence are all about. Now, here's 2 artists on Instagram. They're both talented artists, but which one are you pulled to? Which one has a really clear message that shows exactly what they're all about? For me, it's hands down person 2. Now, 2 business coaches on Instagram. In 3 seconds, what can you feel about these 2 accounts? We can feel person 2's big vision and their passion and feel their vibe of the business coach. Subconsciously, we are drawn into person 2 because it looks really professional. Now, 2 real estate agents. Person 2 has brand soul essence, and we can instantly feel this person's organised, they're modern, professional, positive. We can see they've sold houses, they seem knowledgeable. Which one are you more likely to follow? Now, 2 yoga teachers. The one on the right is just so much more powerful. It's got all those spiritual vibes about it. It's totally magnetic to its tribe, to the right people. You can feel the very soul of person 2 and feel what they're all about. You can feel their individuality because this account looks like nothing else out there. Now, 2 children's authors. Which one are you pulled to? The brand soul essence is oozing out of person 2 and it looks so fun and vibrant. I can see the author here and she looks super cool. I'm in. Now, to product-based businesses, you can see that on the right, we can tell immediately what this brand is all about. It's about health and beauty and self-care, being in harmony with the planet, and all this is subconsciously happening on very deep levels when people see you out there online. Now, everybody's brand soul essence is completely unique to them, and their brand will be visually represented completely differently. So you could be a dark and moody brand, you could be a light and bright brand, you could be into bright colours that would express your message, or it could be that you're into yellow or something. It can vary so much. Now, what I'm showing you here is great news for you, whatever your business is, because if you can make your Instagram account look good and totally express who you are, it is going to stop you getting lost in the hundreds of thousands of other average kind of meh Instagram accounts out there fighting for attention. Brand soul essence works like magic every time for every niche. Now, a lot of people are teaching techniques and tricks for getting followers, but followers don't mean anything at all if they're the wrong type of followers. The wrong followers are not going to be tuned into you or be your loyal customers. Remember, it's not about the quantity of your followers, it's about the quality of your followers. You want those followers that are going to become fans of yours and then buyers. So please, promise me you won't waste your time trying to grow your account before you've got it looking great and like a true reflection of you, because it's going to save you so much time and it's going to make things so much easier for you. This stuff really works. The truth is, you can have a very important message or a product that you want to deliver to the world, and yet if your online presence isn't giving out the right message, often nobody will take notice of you or buy your products to the level that you really want. So, how do you start to work out what your unique brand soul essence is? It will be different for every single person because no two of us are the same. We're all unique. Now, I've been working in London as a brander and a designer for 25 years with some of the world's biggest brands. Now, the big brands know how to get their brand soul essence to be felt straight away, and you can do it too. Now, I said I was going to give you lots of actionable stuff today that's really going to help to make a difference. So let's start now thinking like the big brands do. Okay, this is going to give you direction on what you want your Instagram account to look like out there. We're going to take a look at 2 key questions that any big brand would ask themselves to get direction on how they should look. This is how the big brands start the branding process. Question 1, I want you to think about this one, is how do you want to be seen? So it could be you want to be seen as a leader or a teacher or an influencer or a hub of information. These are just a few examples. You could be wanting to be seen as a go-to person for statement jewelry. So here, we're really getting clear about the overall goal for your Instagram account. Whatever it is for your business, just write down what comes to mind. Don't worry too much, you can think about this more later. Just write something down for now, whatever comes to you. How do you want to be seen overall? Now, our second question is where we look at your brand from the point of view of your customers, of your tribe. Question 2 is, what are the top 5 emotions that you want people to feel when they come to your Instagram account? Let me show you an example. If I were doing this for Karen, who has a fabulous business called The Breakfast Cure, she makes nutritious, slow-cooked breakfast subscription boxes. They're really amazing. So for her brand, it's all about mornings and making mornings easy, nutritious and fabulous. So let's think. 5 emotion words that I would want people to feel when they come to Karen's account might be, I could choose joy, ease, healthy, cozy and good morning. And together these emotions are forming the feel that we want on Karen's account. Now, I know good morning isn't exactly an emotion, but it still has a feeling to it, so that's okay. Now, here's a list of emotion words to inspire you and see if you can pick out 5 for you. So what are your top 5 emotions that you want people to feel when they see your Instagram account and your posts? Take a moment to write this down now. I'm going to leave this up for a moment or two. You might want to screenshot this slide so that you can think about this a bit more later. You can use words that aren't on this list, obviously. You don't have to just use these. And if you can't think of 5 right now, just write 1 or 2 down. Okay, have you picked out some emotion words for your brand? The ones you want people to feel when they see you online. And have you screenshotted this if you want to? Because I'm going to move on to the next slide, right? Cool, got it, right, okay, fab. Later on you're going to have time to work on this a bit more, but can you see how thinking about this is so powerful? It's going to help you know what you want your account to look like. This is the beginning step in creating a unique brand. These are 2 questions that the big brands ask themselves so they know how they should look online and start their branding process. Okay, you can take a screen grab of this one as well if you want to, because it's got both the questions there that you can think about later. Not many people bother or are even aware that they need to create an Instagram account with their brand soul essence in it. So if you spend time thinking about this, you will have a head start. You are going to stand out way ahead of your competitors, and you're going to become that go-to person with credibility in your industry. You're going to be the one that looks like they've got it all together and looks so professional. I get really excited about sharing this with you because I know how much this changes things in your business. Of course, on Instagram, you need hashtags, you need to create engagement, you need all those strategies, all that essential stuff that I teach as well, but the missing ingredient in most accounts is a designed account based on your brand soul essence. It's essential if you're going to stand out from the crowd on Instagram. It's going to put you on the road to becoming a total Instagram rock star. When you think of the leveling of engagement and reach that you can get with Instagram and all the leads you can get just by being active and posting on Instagram, it's really, really exciting. Fabulous. Okay, here we go. Straight into essential tip number 2, which is emotion mapping. Now, this is a secret technique that the pro designers use for big brands so they can attract their buyers. They use specific emotions connected with the images that they use to totally win over the hearts, minds and wallets of their potential buyers. Now, you can use this secret too. Now, with this technique, you're going to be able to truly connect with your audience, and you're going to know exactly which images to use in Instagram. Now, emotions are so important for being successful on Instagram, because if you can get people to feel something, then they're going to take action. Because you really need to be able to move people enough that they're going to want to buy from you and do what the big brands do. We want them to feel something, so they're going to double tap your pic, follow you, take that action or join your list and buy your stuff. Like Nike here, the images they use are all of special, amazing moments in sports, in people's lives. They're real moments, and they make us feel power, determination, victory and exhilaration. Pedigree is a dog brand. Now this is completely different, isn't it? This gives us a totally different emotional feeling when we look at it. It gives you the warm and fuzzies, all about dogs. Starbucks makes us feel like they're all about connecting with friends, that their brand is environmentally friendly and it's also inclusive, that it's for everybody. Oreos makes us feel light-hearted and amused with their fun images. So you can see, for Nike, it would have been totally wrong for them to use one of these images because it doesn't have the right emotion or the right feeling to it. And for Oreos, if they had used something powerful like one of the Nike images, that just wouldn't work, would it? So can you see how it has to be the right images for the right brand? When you get clear about the emotions for your brand, it's going to help you choose what images to post on Instagram. The trick is, we want your followers to feel the right emotions, just like the big brands do it. Okay, so they're going to take that right action. So put yourself into your customers and your clients' shoes for a moment. We're going to take those top 5 emotions that you picked out before, and we're going to use these emotions in emotion mapping. Don't panic if you haven't got them picked out yet. It's okay. Just watch my example for now, and you can do it after the webinar. No worries. Now, using my example from before of Karen's business, these were the emotions that I picked out earlier. For emotion mapping, I'm going to take one of these emotions and I'm going to put it into step 1 of the emotion map to show you how to do this. Okay, so say I picked the emotion joy, and I'm going to write that emotion word into step 1 of my emotion map. Now, step 2. Here, we're going to brainstorm ideas for different images that we could use that fit with Karen's business for this emotion word, joy. So what images could she use to express joy to her followers? Any ideas? She could use an image of someone riding a bike. It could be a quote that she uses that expresses joy. It could be some joyful flowers, or it could be someone going for a run. Now, there are heaps and heaps of images that you could post, but we're just putting a few down here for now. Now we are ready to go one level deeper into emotion mapping step 3. Now this is really cool. This is going to make your Instagram account look amazing. Our emotion word is joy, and we've decided that an image of flowers would be great to give the feeling or emotion of joy in Karen's feed. So I know I want to post a pic of some flowers, but now I need to decide which kind or tone of image that is going to show the particular emotion and also the other emotions that I picked out. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so there are lots and lots of images of flowers that I could find. I could have an image like this, or this, or this. They're all images of flowers, aren't they? But I want to pick out the image that most expresses the joy emotion from my emotion map. So now, which one of these do you think looks the most joyful? A, B, or C? If it were me, I would choose this image here. I would choose C. To me, this image looks the most light, bright and joyful because of the sunlight going through it and the colours with the blue sky. It gives me the feeling of joy, but also it has a morning feel to it, which is part of Karen's brand. So it's going to be the best one for Karen's brand. So I then can add that image to my emotion map for step 3. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And I can do this for literally all the emotions and all the image ideas that I've written down. Let's have a look at one more example. Now, if you take another emotion word from Karen's top 5, we're going to take cozy this time, and then we can brainstorm some images that could show cozy. Okay, there's a few ideas there, and we're going to take the image of blankets and do the emotion mapping step 3 for that. So we want to choose the image that has the right tone that expresses the emotion cozy and goes with our brand. So again, here are 3 images. Now let me know which one of these you think looks the most cozy, but not only cozy, the one that looks cozy and is right for Karen's brand. A, B or C? Even though C is super cozy, the image of the bowl on the bedding here in B has a great morning feel while still being cozy. Image B makes me feel as if someone's just brought me breakfast in bed and I'm getting to stay snuggled up a little bit longer, so it's giving me the right emotions. It makes me feel something as the viewer, and it's perfect for Karen's brand. So I would add this again into my emotion map in step 3. Can you see how you could post something on Instagram? You can use emotion mapping, and you can try and make sure that what you're posting is expressing at least one of the emotions that you picked out. If you keep doing this over time, you're going to build up a feed that is, when people see it, is giving all the right signals to your tribe. And when you can get your followers to feel something, that's when they're going to fall in love with you and be inspired to take action and then open up their wallets, hearts and minds to you. Fab. Now, I'm a real visual design geek, and I've been doing this all my life, and I love coming up with systems and processes that explain how the big brands and the pro designers do things so you can do it too. I hope it's really useful to you. This is going to make a big difference in your Instagram account if you use it. Yay, you are getting clearer and clearer about your brand soul lessons by the second. Fabulous. Okay, now we've covered our first 2 essential tips. Now it's time for essential tip number 3, which is captions that connect. Now, this is so important for success on Instagram now. Captions that connect are absolutely what you need. When you do this right, you can put your heart into your Instagram account. This is going to make all the difference to your engagement levels on your account, because you're going to actually connect with your followers in a meaningful way. I'm super excited about sharing this with you because I know it's going to make a big difference in the power of the connection in your Instagram accounts. It's just not enough anymore to go posting nice images with generic captions like this one, just saying happy Monday, because there's just too much saturation on Instagram now. I mean, you might get away with it if you have a huge following, But for the rest of us, just posting a cute picture with any old caption used to work, but it doesn't really work so well anymore. Now, if you want to really maximize the potential of Instagram, you need to know how to connect with your followers. Now you need really good images and really great captions. And when these two things come together, it's going to give your account the maximum power that it can have. It's going to make a huge difference in your business, because if people will listen to the words that you write, you've got a much better chance of getting them to connect with you and buy your products and your services. Your captions need to be special so that you can really get your message out into the world and connect with your tribe. Now, I know that writing captions that connect is one of the things most people find hardest to do on Instagram. But don't freak out, don't be scared. You can do it, because all you've got to do really is be you. This is all about you authentically and completely being you, and using that voice of yours that you have inside there somewhere, sharing some of what you think, some of your heart, and some of your passion to connect with your followers. Now, most people, what they do is they just sit there churning out captions because they have to, because it's another boring thing on this week's to-do list. And you know what happens if this is how you write your captions? Your captions are going to come across to anybody that reads it as boring, forgettable, and just like all the other captions out there on Instagram. Now, my top tip, the number one thing that you can do to help your captions have more power in them, is to make them relatable. What does that mean? That means instead of writing everything from your point of view and all about you, you need to consider your followers in everything you write and try to think every time, how can you relate what you're writing about to them? I'm going to show you some examples in a minute. Now, relatability stops you sounding preachy. It's so powerful. It stops you sounding self-serving. Relatability makes the reader connect with what you're saying. It makes them want to read more, and relatability makes the reader actually care about what you have to say. It helps them become part of your world. Now, the other important thing you're going to need for good captions is to make sure that you have a fab opening to your caption. You only have 140 characters until the more appears, okay? See here, there's only 2 lines of Zia's caption that you can see when you're scrolling across in Instagram, and the only way that you can see the rest of Zia's caption would be to press more. So your job is to check that the first bit of your caption is just so intriguing and so interesting to your followers that they're going to take time out of their busy day to press more and have a look at the rest of your caption. So you want to make sure that the first 2 lines of your caption are something that your follower is going to read and is going to mean something to them, and it's going to be relatable to them. This works for all businesses, for product-based businesses, coaches, everybody. It's simply taking the subject you're going to talk about, and instead of it being all about you, which is what we all naturally tend to do, you're going to make the same subject relate to your followers and about them. I'm going to show you some examples in a minute. Instead of only talking about your products, you're thinking, how can I uplift my followers and make sure the first bit of my caption is going to really, really grab their attention? Okay, so if you can just get the hang of this, you'll be amazed at the difference in your Instagram account, and your engagement levels are going to go up dramatically. Now, captions can be long or short. It's not about the length of them, but they have to be something meaningful. Take a look at these 2 examples. This is not the whole caption. This is just the beginning of my caption. This one is how not to do it. Okay, so imagine you're just someone scrolling through Instagram and you see a great image and you go to read the caption underneath and you read, I had a fantastic holiday in St. Lucia on my honeymoon. I really enjoyed it and the weather was awesome. Now, how does it make you feel reading that caption or the beginning of that caption? You don't feel much, do you? Why is that? Because I am just talking about myself here. So when you read it, it doesn't pull to you, it doesn't make you feel anything. Now, take a look at the beginning of the real caption that I wrote for this image. It says, I wish my mummy was still alive to see me now. She passed away 6 years ago and she was my best friend. So I'm still talking about my honeymoon, but I wrote it in a way that's relatable to others. So anybody reading this would be able to put themselves into my shoes and imagine telling their mummy how proud they are of what they're doing. So do you see how that works? It makes it relatable, and it makes it much more interesting than just talking about myself. It's much more likely that someone will click and read the rest of my caption now with a more relatable and an intriguing beginning part fab opening to my caption. Now here's another example. This is my fab opening here, the beginning bit that's seen before they hit the more. Now I'm talking a lot about myself in this first example again. I am fed up of being judged when I try and say what I think. People are not taking notice of me. So I'm talking about myself, but also I sound like a bit of a victim here, don't I? I sound a bit sorry for myself. But can you see the second version here, which is the real caption? It says, sometimes people will judge you when you start to speak your truth and put yourself out there. And a lot of entrepreneurs who are my followers might have been in that situation where they get judged for speaking their truth. And somebody reading that will be able to put themselves in those shoes, and it's going to mean something more to them. It's a much more powerful beginning to my caption, much better than the one on the left. And somebody is much more likely to click more and read the rest of my caption again. Now, Instagram is very different from other social media channels. It's all about you personally connecting with your true tribe on Instagram. People want to engage with you, with the real you. Right, let's have a little recap on what we've covered so far. Okay, here are those 3 actionable, essential tips that I've shared with you that you can work on more after the webinar, and they will make a big difference in your account. Brand Soul Essence, creating a brand that expresses the very essence of who you are, and so that you can become instantly magnetic to the right people. Emotion mapping, like the big brands do. Use those right emotions, pick out your top 5 so you can get your followers to feel something and take the right actions. And captions that connect, being relatable in your captions so you can deeply connect with your tribe on Instagram, and remembering that fab opening as well. Now, if you liked what I just shared with you in these 3 tips, and you're interested in learning more on how to make your Instagram account a success, I've got heaps more stuff to teach you if you would like to go further with me. Can you imagine having an Instagram account that you just love so much? It's the first thing you want to do every morning. Check in, see how many new followers you've got, and it just gives you an excited feeling to look at it because you are so in love with how it looks. You want to tell everyone about it. And importantly, it's actually making money for your business. It's a massive asset for your business. How would you feel knowing that you had your account set up so that, like me, every time I post on Instagram, I know people are going to click on my link, join my list, and that's for free. That's just by posting on the platform. Really cool, isn't it? So where to from here? If you would like to learn more from me, I would be super honored to support you to becoming your own online brander, designer, and Instagram rockstar, to help you get really clear about your brand soul essence and how to express your uniqueness on Instagram so you can get more leads and more sales.